basketball is my love, always have been, and I can't ever, envision an ending of something like that. That passion that I have for the game until I'm dead and gone. Until that's when it's, I could wait. I'm not in a rush.
It's about playing with your heart and your passion, and the thing is that if you ask any basketball player, even today, even within the generations, you play the game for the love of the game. So every chance you get to play the game, you play it with the intensity of playing hard. Defense is a part of it, offense is a part of it, showcasing your talents, understanding who you're playing with, competing against your fellow players. All that is a part of the whole process.
I love the game. Yes, I'm always going to love the game. I'm always going to feel like, or keep people off guard by not knowing, I can still play the game if I choose to play the game.
No, you feel yourself getting full because each time that you win, it takes away a little bit of that hunger, which is a challenge within itself. It's a battle within your mind to find a challenge to go to that same place that you've been 5 times before, and that's hard. When people say, well, the first one was the hardest, no, the last one's the hardest because you're battling with yourself.
If I can really elaborate on why I said myself more so than another athlete, is that because a lot of times I had to battle with myself to keep challenging myself. That to me was why I would say that the biggest battle was myself, because when you get to a certain pinnacle, you got to find some ways to keep going out there for 82 games.
When you look at LeBron James, you won your first championship your 7th year in the league. What advice would you give him as he looks now to win his first?
First one's always the hardest. And then, as you get that first, the expectation comes. And now you got to live with those. Yeah, everybody says this is your 7th year, and they compare everything to me in terms of me winning in my 7th year. And we had some tough battles. But once I got there, I never left. And I think once he gets there, the expectation is that he never should leave. And I wish him the best.
It's just a game. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your life. Play the game. Be very respectful to people, but have people respect you for human beings.
When I'm with my family, that's my private life. That's certainly, my time with them. I think one thing I kind of totally forgot, once I retired 18 months ago, was my love for the game of basketball. As much as I tried to stay away from the game, the more times that I played, the more times that my appetite got wet.
I think I pride myself in terms of no matter what endorsement or contracts I signed, it never affected what I was doing on the basketball court, and the basketball court always was my refuge in terms of just, I can go and really be creative, and everything else fell off that.
Evan used to take practices and put me in the starting 5, and he'd make it a competitive thing where the losing team have to run. So now I'm on the winning team, and halfway in the game, halfway in the situation, he would switch me to the losing team. So I take that as a competitive thing by you trying to test me. And by 9 times out of 10, the second team would come back and win no matter what he did.
My competitive drive is far greater than anyone else that I've met. I think that I thrive on that. I think that's my biggest motivation in life, is to compete, find different competitions in certain things in life and try to overcome that, be it positive or negative. But I have yet to meet someone who is as competitive as me, and I just feel that much confident about my competitive drive.
I just think that I have the habits of working hard. I always been taught that to reach a goal that in life that you want, you have to work hard to get to it. And so far, I just, have that in mind.
Determination, what your motives are, what your ambitions were from the beginning. It's been a lot of soul searching in terms of it's easy to sit back and say, well, I've given my best. I'm tired. Somebody else got to do it or whatever. I didn't take that approach. I thought positively and said, whatever I could do, every little inch of energy that I have, I'm gonna try to provide for this team. If you give up, then they give up. So I didn't want to give up. No matter how sick I was, or how tired I was, or how low on energy I was, I felt an obligation, to my team, to the city of Chicago, to go out and give that extra effort so that we could be here for the 5th championship.
I think it's been pretty easy. You know, I think the Olympic was kind of pre-professional level. It was fast-paced, it was physical, and that's just the type of NBA game is. And, you know, coming on this level is a brand new start for me, and I have to start from the bottom and work my way up. So, you know, I think the hard work is ahead of me, and I'm willing to take on that challenge and go out and play the best I can.
No one knows. You know, they can all speculate, but no one really knows. And you know, when you look at my career from, you know, high school all the way up through, you know, to the pros, no one knew what Michael Jordan was capable of. You know, and myself, I didn't know. You know, but that I didn't let that stop me. You know, and I let that motivate me more so than anything. That, you know, as long as it's unknown, that means I have a chance. You know, and that's the way I pursued my whole career. I'm nervous. I think if you're not nervous, then you shouldn't be here. And it's a sense of nervousness because we're starting to venture down an alley that we hadn't seen in a long time. You know, and I think nervousness brings excitement. These are the games that, you know, Coach Smith used to tell me about. You know, these are the fun games. You know, when the anticipation is so high and the expectation is to go out and play a hard game and, you know, let whoever put the hardest work on the basketball court decide to win, and who's going to win. And you know, it's no different. Nobody said that Chicago Bulls are immune to this. I think this is a gut check for us, and you know, I kind of like it.
No, you know, for one time, my principal advised me to go to an Air Force Academy because he felt that after I finished college, I have a job. So I said, no, I don't want to go that route. So I decided to go to the University of North Carolina. A lot of people didn't expect me to do so well, but I guess that was a challenge that I faced. And sometimes you have to face those challenges and see what happens.
I will not quit this game because of what the media has done to me or what other people have done to me. I will quit this game because my skills are diminished. I can't find the challenges to keep pushing myself. My love is always going to be there, but my pride won't let me leave because someone else is going to push me out. I'm going to leave on my own terms, and I don't think too many athletes have that opportunity to do, and that's what I want to do whenever it comes my time.
Well, I just tried to. They made me work on the offense as well as on the defensive end, and you know, it's always great to go against some challenges like that and just see how you stack up against some of the best two guards in the league. And you know, I think when our team winning has really put some pressure on them because they hadn't really had the help that I've had on the offensive end as well as the defensive end. So you know, I'm happy with the way I played against both of those guys. I mean, that's just one game, and I'm pretty sure they was as excited as I was to compete against.
3 years of playing some solid basketball. Scottie Pippen and I have played basketball for, you know, almost 12 straight months, and now, you know, it took its toll on us. But yeah, we had so much desire and determination to get to this point that we were not going to give up. At least if we were going to go down, we were going to go down fighting with every energy that we had. We're going to put it on the basketball court.
It was tough, you know. It was tough in the sense that I was more competitive than I ever was because I wanted to win more than I ever did, you know, because of some of the bumps in the road.
For a competitive junkie like me, golf is a great solution because it smacks you in the face every time you think you have accomplished something. That to me is taking over a lot of that energy and that competitiveness for basketball.
When I play hard all the time. You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all times. So, you know, if I burn out, that means my career is short. I go play golf somewhere. I'll just go out and do your best. And a lot of people worry about me burning out, and I never had the time to worry about it.
At my best, I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved. Even though it's been very successful for me, I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father, to some extent as a role model in all aspects. So I'm never really too complacent with myself or with what I've achieved. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game. I still feel that I have a plateau that, you know, I hadn't reached yet in terms of my skills or my expectations of myself. You know, I'm always going to expect myself to do, you know, certain things or surpass certain things. As long as I believe that,